Can you expand on what you were telling us earlier about how you were presenting to little kids over at the Museum of Science and Industry?
Oh, yeah, that was fun. Um, the Chicago Women in Trades, I do volunteer with them. So they had it was a STEM program there, and they had like women in science and all kind of different little tables for the kids to come by, and we had our tables set up, and the kids were really they were giving me the questions. I was telling them that because I am through my job, I'm currently in school right now for my engineering degree, and I told them that I want to open an all women's construction company to give women like a chance to get into the construction field. And one of the little girls was like, so if that doesn't work, what's your plan B? And I was like, wow, I never thought of that because I just knew that in my heart of heart that that was going to work. She was like, what's your plan B? And then she was like, oh, what's your biggest paycheck? I was like, wow. I was like, okay,
Oh,
kids, y'all come in with the real questions.
that those are some good questions. Wow. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like
Especially my plan B, because I was like, in my head, this is gonna work. So I never thought about needing a plan B, but I was like, you really got me thinking.
you're like, there is no plan B. I'm doing this.
Like yeah, and I'm like, wow. I was like, I might need to start thinking about a plan B.
That's that's really amazing. You're able to work with younger students in the again with the women in trades program, which seems like such a great way for people to not only to get trained in how
Mhm.
to become involved in the trades, but also it seems like such a great way to build a network and almost like a
Mhm.
family of
Yes.
people who are like-minded, which is such a great program. Is there so do you still keep in contact um with your classmates from those training program you went through in the women in trades?
Yeah. Some of them I talked to on social media, and then actually one of the girls, she actually got hired where I am, like right after, like maybe a month after I did. So I actually work with one of the girls I graduated with.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Is that what's it like being able to have that type of network for you?
It's awesome because we have like get-togethers and stuff like that. We've had like well, I missed they had the like it was like a storytelling time where girls got to come and tell like things that happened to them on their jobs, just kind of vent, like a venting session. And then they also had like a little party get together for us where we came, and it was like on a Friday after we got off work, and we just talked and hanged out, and that was cool. And then also, like I said, like I told them that anytime they need me to come out and talk to like young kids about the trades and stuff, that I volunteer with them. Like anytime they call me, I'll come because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be in the position that I am now. And like I said, right now I'm currently working on my engineering degree.
So that's really great. And is your work paying for this?
Yes, they're
So
paying for it 100%.
so again, that's really great. Like you were able to get the training paid for in with
Hmm.
the Chicago Women in Trades, and now you're with the company that is paying for you to receive your engineering degree, which is that a 4-year degree?
It's online, so
Okay.
it's like 2 years, 8 months
No, okay.
before I get my bachelor's degree, because there's like really no break in between. Like I go to
Oh,
class for 8 weeks, and then I take a week break, and then I'm back in class for 8 weeks, and that's all the way until I finish.
wow. So I mean, that's gotta be a really big grind in in doing all that.
Hmm.
Um, Is
And
there?
they work with my schedule too. My job works with my schedule,
Oh, so
my school schedule.
so they give you flexibility with scheduling and
Yeah.
all that for you to do attend the school.
So I can, do school. That they because they do have a push for engineering because they're opening up another facility in Chicago. So they do need a lot more engineers, and they want more that come off the floor that actually know what we go through on a day-to-day basis, because they just got this new setup, and I'm like, yeah, you could tell that nobody came off the floor came up with this setup, because it doesn't work for us. So I was like, I definitely wanted to get into that, because I'm the one who always complaining about how this is not set up right, and
Yep.
this is not right, and this is not right. So I was like, yeah, I need to be up there with them, letting them know, like, no, I work on the floor. This is not gonna work.
Yeah, this it seems like a lot of people have this idea of what's gonna work, but then in practice, the idea it never looks the way they think it's gonna work or look.
It said, like, it sounds good, but I was like, if you're not actually down there talking to the people who are working down there, sounds good. Always sounds good until it has to be done. And I was like, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing that a lot of people think they're like, it's gonna work. I was like, no, you know. So that's a great thing with ideas though. You're able to go move and work them with feedback. So that's really great that you're going into that for degree and again, well, I mean, your work is paying for it. So you don't have college debt and all your training has been paid for, which is really great.
And what's the name of the engineering? Is it like a specific engineering or what kind?
So the degree I'm getting, I can do, like, it's like 4 or 5 different things I can get into. One, I wanted to do manufacturing engineering. That they have that at my job. So I was like, I wanted to get into that, because the way that some of the things work on the floor there, I was like, they need somebody who understands the floor to help them out.
Cool. And you can again use that degree for to move to another company, or you can do anything else, or is it stuck kind of like stuck in that company sometimes that they do that?
So I do have to stay at that company for 3 years after I graduate. But if I wanted to go to, like, a different company, I have to wait till after the 3 years, and then I can move to a different company if I wanted to.
3 years is
Mm.
nothing. 3 years is flies right by.
It does. And plus, I'll be getting the training. I was like, if I did want to move to a company, I can get training in a company that I'm already comfortable at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, wonderful. This is such great information.
Yeah, this is really I hope very helpful for our viewers and in understanding what it is to get into welding and a lot of the options that are available, especially for women looking to get into the trades. So kind of landing the plane a little bit, what are your last words to our viewers on getting into the trades, and where can they find more information about Chicago Women in Trades?
Um, I anybody who wants to trades, do it. Especially if you're a woman and you think, like, oh, this is gonna be too much, or it's gonna be hard, or it's gonna be, do it. Because I didn't think I could do it, and here I am, a year and a half into it, and I actually love what I do. Like, I don't mind getting up every day to go to work. Um, I'm sorry, my dog is trying to attack me.
Oh,
I should have put him in his cage.
dogs do that sometimes.
Sorry. um, Also, too, Chicago Women in Trades, they do have a website. You can just Google Chicago Women in Trades, and they'll come up. And then there's also one, because I know we do talk a lot about the Chicago Women in Trades. They do have, it's called Hire 360, and that's for the guys, so the men who want to get into the trades, and they're kind of like Chicago Women in Trades, but they're for the men too as well. So if you're a guy who wants to get into the trades, I would look into Hire 360, and like again, you could just Google them, and their information should come up.
That's really great. It seems like these are really great resources and programs that are available to people who want to get into the trades, and it seems like there's a lot of tools for people to succeed. Tell us in the last couple minutes we have here, what does the future look like for you?
I do like I want to get my engineering degree that I'm working on, and I do want to open that all women construction company, and just give women a chance to get into these high paying jobs like everybody else without for the positions too. Oh, and then also too with the Chicago Women in Trades, with them, right before I graduated, the Obamas came to visit us, because they're working on the Obama Presidential Center, and they wanted to get more women involved in that. So that was pretty cool. So I got to meet Barack and Michelle Obama. I tell everybody about that. Because that
Wow,
was
that is really awesome.
I think I saw that was on the news too, right? When
Yeah,
they showed up
it
to
was on the news.
it was
They
on the news
surprised
when they
us.
showed up to yeah. I remember seeing that because that the one of the girls that I want her so badly to join, we were trying to follow the women in trades, and I was like, you need to just go. And then my other friends like, look, the Obamas just went there, and we were like,
Yeah.
we were trying to get her there like a week before they showed up, and I'm like, look what you just missed. Look what just happened.
I was like, that was a moment. That was a highlight right there. I was like, they were so down to earth, and they came to talk, and then Barack kept saying my name. He was like, Ashley's gonna come and work on the Obama Center, and I was like, I'm putting this on my resume. He said I was gonna come work on the Obama Center.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
But yeah, I was like, they definitely opened up a lot of doors for me. So I am grateful for them, and like I said, anything that they need me to do, I will do.
So, beautiful to hear. That's beautiful to hear, because I think that that's part of it too, right? Us as workers or people in the community just being grateful for the opportunities that we have when we get them, and then like you said, opening that door for somebody else. I think that it will be really important when what we're going to be doing